Okay, yeah, I'm recording.
Okay, awesome. We can get started if you're ready.
Okay,
I'm ready.
Yeah, you're ready? Sweet. So first, would you just like to tell us why you want to run for city council?
Sure. Well, I've been a resident for quite a while now. I'm a volunteer at heart, so my mission is always to give back. I operate a small business downtown, so I'm pretty connected to the business and to the volunteer side. I serve on the Community Services Commission, and I think my background will help the council quite a bit. We have 3 brand new council people coming in this next round, so I think I can be of service to the community.
All right, thank you. I was wondering if you could sort of start off by talking to us about how you feel that Sierra Madre handled sort of the beginning of COVID, and sort of how they're handling it now, how you would maybe handle it differently or the same.
Sure. I mean, well, COVID caught everyone by surprise. I think the city, like most businesses and residents, just kind of went into a shutdown mode and thinking it was going to be a short-term thing, a few weeks, and then we could all get back to normal. So it took a little time to really adapt. I think since then, the city's done a great job communicating to the residents and trying to help the small businesses like the restaurants, putting outdoor seating and that sort of. There's some restrictions that the county has, so we can't necessarily override those. But I think in general, we need to make a better effort for the businesses to do whatever we can to help them survive, but also for the residents. And I think that's one area the city hasn't done so well. Participation is important in this city, especially. We have a lot of people that care and go out and volunteer. So like our city council meetings have been all online on Zoom, which has, a place, but I think it's lacking the ability for residents to really participate, voice their concern, and be involved. We have a city that has a lot of events typically, and it's all volunteer run. So I think we're missing that part of the community. So I think I would advocate for some more creative ways, being safe above everything, but some creative ways to make sure the residents and the community can participate in government and still kind of be a tight-knit group.
Would that be sort of similar to like how the Sierra Madre Women's Club sort of held that like outdoor event? Would that be something you're sort of considering or want to have more of?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it has its limitations. So we had 2 candidate forums. The Chamber and the Women's Club did one, and then the Kiwanis Club did a second one. And it worked well. We had everything labeled on the grass for social distancing. The people on stage were separated, 6 feet. But it gave everyone the opportunity to come out and participate. So yeah, definitely something like that. I know the city council has it in their plan, I think, for the next meeting to do that as well, which I think is a great start. But I think we need to extend that to some of the other activities and the other commissions that we have in town to keep that going.
One issue you brought up on your your website is around updating and fixing the library. Is there any particular option you support the most?
Yeah, so the library, first of all, they have ADA issues, electrical issues, roofing problems. So they can't continue operating the way they have been. And that's going to cost a couple $1,000,000 just to kind of get it to standard like that you can operate. But with that $2 million, you also lose a lot of shelf space because for the Americans with Disabilities Act, you have to have wider aisles. So that means you have to eliminate some of the shelves. So we'll lose a big percentage of that. The Friends of the Library came up with a proposal for a $17 million library, and there's a foundation out there that is intent on possibly putting that on the ballot. So it would be a tax on properties to pay for that. In light of COVID, I don't necessarily think that's the way to go. I think somewhere in the middle where we can have a nicer library, update what needs to be updated, expand it somewhat, and then adapt it for outdoor use and kind of more of a communal vibe where, I don't think this is going to be the only pandemic we see in certainly in your lifetimes. So I think we need to adjust for that. And outdoor space is great. We're in Southern California, so there's always things that we can do with that. So eventually it'll go to a vote of the people to see how much money they're willing to allocate to that. But I think it's important. And I, as a council member, I'll take a leadership role of that, really pushing and advocating for something to be done that we can be proud of for the next 40, 50 years.
Fantastic. So currently nobody is running for the city clerk position, but I am obviously considering a write-in run. Would you be willing to endorse me for city clerk right here and right now?
Well, no one else has asked me, so maybe that's a possibility. I need to see your grades, maybe a sample of your writing, and
Fantastic.
hear that. But yeah, anyone can do a write-in. It's on the ballot with no candidates, so you get enough people, you can be our next city clerk.
All right, I'll make sure that we talk about that.
I think you might regret it though.
Seeing as you manage a local business here in town, how do you think people can best support the local businesses, especially right now?
Yeah, first and foremost is use them, right? I mean, I'm blessed to live and work in town, so I'm always around. So I go to all the restaurants, you know, for lunch and dinner, and used to be the bar, but they're all shut down. But you know, and if you're thinking about buying a gift or something, there are plenty of shops for that. Taylor's Market, you can get most of your groceries. They've expanded since COVID and have been doing really well. So first and foremost is to think of those first and you know, patronize them, go there, and then spread the word to your other friends. You know? So it's there's great things here in town, and it's nice to just walk around and not have to leave town and hit traffic or do any of those things.
Is there anything from sort of like the city side of things that you maybe want to be able to do to help support those businesses as well from like a government point of view?
Yeah, I mean, certainly the permitting process to do things to create outdoor space, I think we can fast track those, streamline them, maybe drop the fees. I know the city actually did pay for a lot of the space outdoors that we have, so that's great. They also had some grants that they offered for businesses. I think we can expand on that. And then also just look, you know, talk to the businesses, partner with the chamber, see what they want. You know, we don't have all the answers, but I think they do. They have some answers, and maybe they just don't have the means or, you know, the wherewithal to do it. So I think we can support them with that.
Awesome. You've also talked about on your website the Monastery Development project. I was wondering if you could sort of like lay out your view on that somewhat controversial issue and sort of what you think how you think the city really should be handling it.
Yeah, so the Monastery Development, it's a huge piece of property. It's been part of the community for so long. People think it's you know, it kind of belongs to the city, but it is private property, and they have the right to develop and do things with their property. They are currently zoned institutional, which means they could build a high school or a nursing facility, something like that. That would really not be the best suited for the neighbors, right? It's all residential. So in the memorandum of understanding they have currently with the city, it allows them to develop 42 homes, which if you just had it zoned for homes in the normal sense right now, they could build 116 homes. So the 42 is definitely a better number. I prefer that. I prefer residential. You know, the building of a brand new park is awesome that we don't have to maintain and pay for. And then the hillside, getting the hillside to protect us as a buffer from fire and future development. I think all of those are great first steps in the memorandum. I would look to see what else we can negotiate with them, maybe reduce that density a little bit more, create streets for access so it's not just Sunnyside and all the traffic coming up and down. And also, more importantly, to lock it in. So in the future, in 20 years from now, we don't want the residents and homeowners to come back and want to subdivide, build more homes, and add that density that would be allowed under R1. So I think that's going to be the critical part, is whatever agreement we come to solidify that, to make sure it stays that way into the future. And you know, obviously I manage a real estate office. I think I have a pretty good background and understanding of land use and items like that I can help you know, safeguard those things.
Yeah, thank you. Now on to the purpose of this interview. Would you be willing to adjust the budget and divert funds to Jost University?
You know, I don't know what Just University is because I haven't seen that. We don't operate a school system in the city, so
Would
I
you
can-
like to?
would I like to? I'd be able to partner and maybe offer some internships, things like that.
Oh, okay.
That's wonderful.
Some more
We
legal
don't
means.
have a university in town. We have a community college, Sierra Madre Community College.
That's true. We're looking to take them over though.
Yeah, it could be, well, it could be, you know, a transfer opportunity, right? You have the building.
That's true. Yeah, that's very
Yeah.
true.
Community college and then go to Just. I like it.
I have sort of like one closing question for you, sort of talking about getting young voters like us involved in elections, like some of the measures and elections that are going on in Sierra Madre, that aren't really as widely covered as some other like national elections. So like how do you think is sort of the best way to get young voters involved?
I think what you guys are doing is great. I mean, people are going to listen to you in your age group more than they will to me. Having this on Instagram, of course, you know, probably most of the voters don't even have an Instagram account. So that starts it. I have 2 boys, one's 20 and one's 19. They're in college. And I think they've been reposting some of my stuff. I'm not sure. They say they are. You know, I think showing a caring and making it fun, but also explaining, you know, why it's important. They'll be voting for the first time this year, and hopefully they're voting for me. But I think, you know, you have to set an example to your peers, and we have to be there to help. When you reached out to me, I was absolutely yes. And I think it's great. So, you know, I'll do anything to help you guys with your mission, but I think reaching out in whatever format it is, to talk to young people, I'm all for it.
Thank you so much. Thank you for coming onto the show.
Yeah,
Sure.
definitely.
I appreciate it. I've never been on a quasi web show before. Maybe I'll be Instagram famous from here on out.
It looks like Connor's frozen.
Connor's frozen, or he's really
He's very
Oh, no.
excited.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay.
And
you're
I'm
back.
sorry I didn't wear a tie. You guys both have ties on.
Oh yeah, we're very
Yeah,
formal.
Yeah, obviously.
Attire is like half of
But
our
yeah,
thing.
thank you so much.
All right, guys. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right.
It's
Take
good
care.
talking to you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.